Hello, everyone. I'm trying to get this thing to work on Rumble, but I'm not seeing Rumble show up for the stream. Unfortunately, there it is. So I just figured it out. You hit a button and then it works, right? So you just play around with this and then you figure it out. It works out pretty good, actually. So Trump tariffs. How are Trump tariffs working out for anyone, really, at this point? Not so much. Now, Trump and team are basically taking down the deep state. So we know that there's going to be conflicts. There's going to be massive gyrations in the stock market. Today, the stock market's gyrating like it wants to go up. Uh, I saw somewhere that Trump was like telling people to invest in the stock market. I don't think that's a good idea. It's kind of like back when we had the COVID shot. You can invest, you can get the COVID shot, or you cannot. So I think that's what Trump is about. He's if you do your own research, if you do intuitive good decisions, you see the bigger picture that's going on, you're going to be okay. But if you know take Trump for exactly what he's saying or what you think he's saying, you get yourself in trouble. Because I probably a lot of people got the vaccination because Trump said, if you want the vaccination, you got it. And it's like, I did something that has never been done in history with Operation Warp Speed. So with Operation Destroy the Deep State around the world, and the people that are part of that operation, they can't tell you. I can tell you, but they can't tell you exactly as it is because they're deep in the conflict. Now, yesterday, I did my first YouTube show that I've done. And I think the last time I had a YouTube channel was like 3 years ago. So I inquired because I keep trying to go in and start it up. So I inquired, you guys said that I, did something about the community standards and said bad words or bad things or something. And I said, I don't believe I did. So now I've done that before in the past, and they're like, no, we you screwed up. We're not letting you back in. But this time they did, because I was getting the feeling that something had shifted. Right, just like I told you guys 5 years ago, do not get the COVID vaccine. And because I'm live on YouTube right now. So not only am I live on Rumble, I'm live on X, and I'm live on YouTube. All right. So it is it's it's tough. It's tough to, if many people out there have been like face value, this is what's said, this is the way I'm going to operate. So Trump telling people to go invest in the stock market, I would, like I've been saying, I'd be very, very cautious right now. It is impossible to predict which way this stock market is going to go. But I think it's going to go down bigly, right? Big, 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 big. All right. Now I saw it going down big in 2022. So I think we're going to hit those lows and continue lower, much lower. Because if you look at the tariff war that's going on right now, China is just got slapped with double tariffs because China upped their tariffs, and Trump is like, well, you better be careful. And then they kept China, just because it's a tariff war. So China is trying to win. Now, what side is China trying to win against? Are they trying to win against the deep state America, or are they trying to win against the Trump America? The basically Q, the good guys, the white hats. who are they up against? All right. So you have to look at bigger pictures all around the world. Now, I think that in Europe, they are definitely against Trump white hats because their tariffs, I guess, Europe has just announced a tariff. So the tariff war is designed by the Trump administration to the deep state, destroy the deep state. So they, in their narrative, are they going to say, yeah, the stock market's good, you should invest in it, it's going to go up? It's I don't think so, but maybe it'll go up before it goes down. I don't know. It's a tough one to call, but I called it going down. It's in a channel to go down, guys. It goes up in this one channel, basically down channel is happening right now. It bumps its head against it and it goes down. So is it bumping its head up against the channel right now? I haven't looked at I don't have time because I'm on vacation, so to look at everything. But I do have a feel that the stock market will go lower. Will they go lower? I don't know. Don't invest on Mike's word. Don't invest on Trump's word. Don't invest on Trump's word either, guys. Because, like I said, Trump told you it was the vaccination's okay. Go get it. It's the fastest it's ever come. He did that for a long time. Did that for a long time. And there was a lot of us that, after a while we pushed back on it, and then we got to work it out. Because when you push back, when you ask the questions, oftentimes, you get the answers. So the answers came through that Operation Warp Speed was an operation to take down the deep state. Now, the tariffs, the tariffs are an operation just like Operation Warp Speed to take down the deep state. Now, will a lot of people get caught up in that and get sucked down into that? Yes. Yes. All right. Uh, Now you can use your intuition, like have been trying to get everybody to do. You can listen to Trump, the Trump team as they're fighting the war, creating false narratives to throw at the deep state. If you get caught up in that on a false narrative, you could get yourself in trouble, right? So at this point, I would say it's just safer to be in silver. All right. Silver's up 2%, gold's up 2%, gold's up over $100 a day. So where is where's God's money? God's money is in gold and silver. So my stake in that is that silver is the one that's going to really take off. And I think that's what we're going to see. A massive spike beyond belief, beyond anyone's belief. A lot of people are predicting super, super highs in silver. I think it could just blow everybody away in that. So that's my thoughts on that. When does it come? I think we're going to see we're going to break all-time highs this year, and then skyrocket. And then next year there will be even more because I think the stock market is in for a massive correction. It's in for a massive correction, the likes of we have not seen before, even blowing away 1929, right? Because even in 1929, there was still manipulation going on, even when the stock market crashed, right? It was bouncing up and down, just like it's been bouncing up and down. Shorts get in there and get position, and then the longs come in and take out the shorts, and then the longs come in and they get taken out by the shorts, and back and forth, back and forth. Massive manipulation going on in the stock market. Every time that the stock market has gone down, there are deep state elements that basically wash out the average retail investor, average people like you and I, and then lower level institutional investors and so forth. Now, over the next, I would say, couple months into Mayday, we're going to see bank failures on a massive scale. Big corporations are going to get taken down. Bankruptcies are going to explode within deep state actors. And unfortunately, those that aren't in position and haven't been paying attention are going to get taken down as well. Just like good people got vaccinated and are gone, right? So there's going to be a lot of that going forward, and you can't predict which way this is going to seesaw back and forth at this point. Now, at some point, like I said, further on down the road, we're going to see a massive escalation to the downside because that's the deep state basically being destroyed. So it can't. The current system right now, everybody's like buy the dip, buy the dip, buy the dip because it's worked all the way since 2008, right? And even in 2022, when it looked like it was coming unwound, and it got pumped back up. Will it get pumped back up again this time? No, because there's a different guy in there, right? The Trump team is not going to allow this to go up, guys. They can tell you to invest, but that's part of trapping the deep state, I believe. And if you know, I come into a combat and I'm rocking and rolling with my 60, and rounds are going down range, and you like run into the stream of fire, you're gonna die. It's and people have been doing that, right? People have been doing that. They're like, oh, they're taking out the bad guys. I want to go watch. All right, so and oh, you're guys gonna like it's safe to come out now. No, we're saying it's safe to come out so the bad guys come out so we can take them out. What are you doing? Get out, get back. Oh, too late, right? So that's the way this show's going on, guys, and it is a show. Those of us, we game players. It's a gaming activity that's going on right now. Watch Halo. Halo's basically telling you the way this is going to work out. We're going to come in and we're going to integrate into the system, and then we're going to take it out from the inside. We're going to play like we're one of their boys, like I did, and then I'm going to start to destruct the system. Now it's cool that I'm right now live streaming into YouTube. YouTube, Michael Jacob. Who knows how long it's going to last? I don't know. I'm trying to do the right verbiage, but I still want to, I like talking. I like talking. I like because remember, you guys have been following me for a while. Remember how things started to get ugly, and I was like, "All right, guys, I'm gonna sneak in through the wire, and I'm gonna throw down some hate on the other side. Then I'm gonna sneak back." So what I would do is I would lay down some video. It would get out, like thousands of people watch it, and then I'd like take it off, right? So I play that game, and it sucked because there were so many really great comments. When I do a YouTube, like I just did a YouTube yesterday, over 1,000 comments, and you can scroll through and see them all and comment. It's like, yeah, it's good to see you back, and it was great. It was great, the comments. Rumble is hard to go sift through the comments. You only get so many, and then you had to go to the next page, and then the next page, and then the next page, and the next page. It's too much. But you can scroll through the YouTube comments very quickly. You can get a lot of views on YouTube. The YouTube channel that I have right now only had 65,000 subscribers. The number one channel that I had, the first one that I had that grew to 250,000 subscribers, I could throw out a video and it get like 100,000 views in one day, right? And 250,000, and then 1,000,000, and then 1.5 million. I'd have Juan O'Savin on, and we'd have like 16,000 live viewers. It was insane. It was a heyday, right? They never allowed me to make any profit. So they have like you're seeing on Rumble, and some of you guys that are on YouTube, you see that there's basically ads and so forth. They didn't do ads on my channel because it was controversial, I guess. I don't know. So I never made any income on YouTube. Whereas some people that were had big YouTube channels like I did would make, you know, tens of thousands of dollars a month. Right. I do not make that much at all. Back fraction of that in Rumble. And I know you guys, the Rumble ads suck. I know. So you have to pay to get a premium, and even in premium, you still get some ads. It's insane. So I can't imagine not having a premium. So you got to pay for it. Now, some of you guys don't. You don't pay. You don't have enough money, so but you're getting good content, and this is the way it is. There's enough, help promote me. They do the products that I recommend and so forth, and it keeps these shows going. All right, so I can do this stuff. I'm on vacation because a lot of you guys came into LifeWave knowing that it's a great company that's basically activating the light within your body and all kinds of great stuff. I can't talk too much because I'm on YouTube. So, because they're used to be, I don't know if they are anymore. Now that we have RFK Jr. back, I think it's the Trump effect. The Trump effect is happening, and this is where I'm talking about. So I know I bounce around like crazy. My mind works like a million miles a minute. I'm like down so many different rabbit holes while I'm talking to you. It's like, which one do I go? Oh, okay, this one. So I'm just gonna, I free flow. I just free flow with this information. I don't have anything up. I'm not looking at anything. I just feel, everyone out there. I've gotten very comfortable doing that. It used to kind of freak me out a little bit in the beginning. But once I get comfortable with that, then it's like, okay, let's rock and roll with this. All right. So uh, it's worked out really good. So here I am in Punta Mita, just outside Puerto Vallarta in Mexico. And nice. It's a nice place. This is like the fifth event that I've been able to celebrate LifeWave success. They all expense paid. So, but it's a team effort. You guys have hooked into LifeWave. Uh, I have, helped other people grow businesses, which I'm still doing. They're growing businesses. You guys are getting the benefit from the patch, which is absolutely phenomenal. It's Star Trek era med bed technology that you wear. So, this is the way that we go forward. We create new businesses that basically benefit other people, and you get rewarded for doing good instead of manipulating. Right? None of us like to be manipulated, do we? Absolutely not. I have for that. And my word is everything. Like the four agreements. And what is that? What is that? Oponopono. Basically, you get the, you take responsibility for everything. So if something happens, you're like, oh, that's terrible. You go, oh, I'm sorry. Forgive me. And I love you. And thank you. So you basically take responsibility for everything that's out there. And in the four agreements, your word is everything. So if you do something where your word, you're saying something that's not good, then it basically has a karmic effect on you. So I'm very careful with my word, my integrity, and sharing information is very, very important to humanity right now. So we have to continually share this information and inform each other. So informing each other about the Trump tariffs and the destruction of the deep state. That is something that we have to understand, just like the Kovlai, Kovlai, Kovlai. Right? I used to have so many little cute words for that vaccine. They used to go on people's arms. Not to do that. Don't do it. Don't do it. So I like to sing. I'd sing. Like come up with all kind of crazy words for it, and it lasts for a little while, and they're like, we know what you're talking about, so you can't say that anymore. No one can say that anymore. All right, because everybody's starting to say that. So have we seen a Trump effect in YouTube? I think I feel that something is going on there. because otherwise I would not be able to do anything like I did yesterday. And who knows, maybe tomorrow it's gone again. I don't know, guys. And then it'll be back to like, no, 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 no. We see you. I don't know. So and Rumble, uh, you know, David Rodriguez. I don't know exactly why he said he's not going to do Rumble anymore, but that Rumble is a mess. It's a mess. I've enjoyed. Fortunately, it's been my go-to after slipping through the wire, uh, taking a few scalps, right on the other side, and slipping back through the wire. They finally figured that out, and they shut that down. And then a lot of us creators on the YouTube side got permanently shut down. My Scuddy, my buddy. Um, you know, I mean, how many Scott? You know, Bennett was one, and now he's dead. Right, so he was gone. Scott McKay, fortunately, they almost took him out. They're almost taking me out. I'm still alive. He's still alive. Staying alive, staying alive. Staying alive. Yeah, I can't hit that note, but so probably a good thing because you'll be like hurting your ears right now. So there's and who? How about that guy? How about that singer guy? He got taken down. Right. Oh my God. So uh, lots of craziness out there. You have to be very very aware. So I've been in Rumble, like, blasting mortar rounds and howitzer rounds across over to the deep state. Nino's, he's in the trenches, but he's not even firing any shots from the trenches. He's just staying in the trenches, staying low while we're blasting, but he's staying alive. Staying alive, staying alive. Nino, staying alive. So here I am. I'm back in the trench. I'm back in the trench with Nino. I'm like, Nino, good job. He stayed alive. So are we going to start to move our forces back up into the trenches? And will I be able to slip back through the wire again? All right, at some point. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that. Maybe it's just good to be up in the trench level. But throwing rounds still from Rumble. Maybe I just do a Rumble show occasionally. I will, not occasionally either, where I'm like blasting the hell out of them. Yeah, I think it's going to happen. Um, the tariffs. Europe basically is throwing down throwing down tariffs. I think they're deep state. China is this tariff war with China to destroy the deep state side of China. It could be. It could be because China is, I would say, for the most part, still communist. Are there elements within China, just like there were elements here in the United States and like in Europe and other places around the world, Australia, you name it, New Zealand, you name it. There are good elements there that are doing their best to push back. Yes, of course. It remains to be seen. So another thing that China is doing is they're going after the dollar. They're going to de-dollarize. Woo-wee. That's a big one. That's much bigger than the tariffs, guys. That's much, much bigger than the tariffs. So if we start to see China, which is arguably either the biggest or the second biggest economy in the world, if they de-dollarize, which it looks like they're doing that, I think they've already said they're going to, then that is a massive, that will that will destroy the dollar. And if the dollar gets destroyed, is that a move against the deep state? Why, yes, I think it is. All right. Whether China is on board with destroying the deep state or not, or whether is my New England accent coming through for some reason? We got a lot of New Englanders up there. Is off K, coming through me? So, RFK Jr. So it's possible. I don't know. I'm a man of many talents, and I can act just like it, the best of them. Right? I've been overseas. I put on shalwar kameez and a little white hat and grow out my beard, and I hang out with the best of them. Right? Afghanistan, walk the streets like no one gave me any shit. Pakistan, uh, where else? Iraq. Geez, I've been all over the world. Beirut, you can be whoever you want to be there. It's really easy. Unless you go near a Muslim neighborhood, you better be careful. Going near a Muslim neighborhood, dressed like a Westerner. Woo, it get serious. Careful out there. So, uh, so we have to be able to shift, guys. Have to be able to put on. You have to camouflage yourself when you slip through the wire to scalp. And, or cutthroats or snapnecks, whatever. And you also have to be able to take on a different persona, right? And many of you are like, I'm going to continue to be who I am, right? Continue to be who you are when the streets go violent. See how long that gets you. See how far that gets you. All right. It won't get you far. So you better be able to transition into badassery, or else you're going to get taken out, right? So that's where a lot of things are moving, unfortunately, uh, to the ugly streets. Right now, there's a possibility that we may see major Earth change activity. I predicted that for this year, massive Earth change, and next year is going to be even worse. So you're okay. Wait, you're saying there's going to be massive earthquakes, massive tsunamis. Well, not massive. There's going to be tsunamis, and there'll be loss of life. Yes, on a pretty significant scale, but not massive tsunamis. Massive tsunami would be like a tsunami that like basically washes up into the mountains, but stops there. It doesn't go over the peak of the California mountains. So I think there's a possibility that could happen. It has happened in the past, but um, you look at the Salton Sea in California, it was salt, right? It was ocean. I've been there. We used to do training there when I was in SEAL teams on the West Coast. We had our own base out there in Island, California, and we'd roam the deserts in the middle of the night shooting things and uh, you know shooting simunition rounds firing at each other and so forth. After we walked through the desert for 2 days, boy, that sucked. But if you went up into the mountains around the Salton Sea, there were seashells, right? So that obviously at one point was filled with water now, and then it dried up. So that means something sloshed over there and filled that up, filled that area up. So there has been earth changes, and this is something that the world has seen throughout time. But of course, those people that basically put Charles Darwin, the Masons, basically, when they put Charles Darwin theories out there, which are bullshit, survival of the fittest, yeah, maybe to a certain extent, but natural selection, and there is this thing where things just change. You adapt to your environment, and there's not there's no survival to that. You're just adapting, right? It's like because it's better. Maybe you're not surviving, you're just adapting because it's better for you to adapt. Kind of like, what I'm doing. I'm adapting to now I can stream on 3 different platforms at the same time. Mm, that's a nice adaptation. I like that. So Rumble, X, and YouTube simultaneously. God, it's a dream come true. Thank you, God. I've been asking for that, and it's kind of like fell in my lap. But there were things that happened that made me go into that mode, like my computer. Like normally when we travel, my wife and I both travel with a computer. She's my backup. There used to be a time where I would travel with 2 computers because I would get smashed so much, and so I got I got lulled into a sense of complacency. Right? I just had the one computer that always worked. So this computer would not accept my password. Right? The password. I know it because I have it in a lot of places. And so I put it in. It was like, uh-uh. I was like, what? It's like, okay, let's start this all over again. Uh, uh, I'm looking at it. It looks, uh-uh. I was like, okay. Uh, so I got to like go through, I had to, there's a backup where you go through Apple, and even that wouldn't work. And then I was like, well, what is the password hint? Because I know it ain't nothing like, and it said seal. And at one time, maybe 10, 12, 15 years ago, I had like a password hint like that. That's really strange, isn't it? So who would be hacking my computer and putting seal as the hint? Who would do that? All right. Yeah. So you have to adapt. And so the adaptation, I'm like, well, I got to do everything off my phone. That's why you see this. So I got a like a phone stand, but it's like it. You put a little. My wife showed me put a little piece of paper in the back, and I like put a piece of paper in the back, and it fell forward. It kept falling forward. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to hold this for this whole show. So I've been holding this phone for over 30 minutes now, and it's like, see how dedicated I am to you guys. So, uh, I'm not dedicated to just you guys. I'm dedicated to me and my family and the Trump administration and all those other countries out there that want freedom from the deep state. Uh, I'm, and then all of you that want freedom from the deep state. I'm holding this phone for all of that. Right? That's motivation, right? That's a lot of motivation. It's like I can see why you would be doing that. That's why I continue to do this stuff, even though I have like in my face a lot of stuff like that. Right? So it is what it is. Right? And I know some of the people that used to be in the SEAL teams that are now working for the bad guys, and I like, come on, man, that's too bad. But it is what it is. Maybe they'll convert. I don't know, or maybe they get taken out in some way. Uh, I don't know. I don't know, guys. Uh, I'm not involved at that level. I'm not kicking doors and shooting people like back in the old days. So somebody else is doing it. Of course, if I have to, I'll do that. Sometimes I wish I was just doing that, but I'm on a different level now. So uh, it used to be they were like, "Well, we want you to become an officer," and they wanted me to become an officer like within a year after I came in the Navy. I was like, "What?" I was like, "I just want to. I just want to be a dude. Right? I want to do the thing. If I become an officer, I know I'm going to be like, in charge, and I just want to lay low and have a good time, drink, party, and you know, be a shooter. So I did that for a long time, and they're like, "You need to become an officer," and I was like, "Thank you very much, but no." And so they did that all the way up until I left the military, guys. And some ways, I'm like, you know, maybe it would have been good to be an officer. I would have been in charge of shit, and I could make things happen because that's what one of the guys that was a SEAL, uh, high up in rank like I was, and went over and became an officer. He's like, you're never gonna really have an impact unless you become an officer. I was like, aye, aye. So here I am having an impact, and I'm not an officer, and I'm not a chief. So I'm having even more impact. It's like, wow, it's great. It's great. I love it. 9/11 viewers right now. Ooh, 9/11. Yeesh. Let's get that number up there. Let's get it way past that. So I wonder what it is over on YouTube. Hey, YouTube. Hope I'm still up over there. So, hey, X. Hey, you guys over in X. Uh, X has been bad to me too. Right? I've had many times where I'll come on. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm moving up. I'm like, getting more subscribers, and it's just moving right up. And then it kind of like just stopped, kind of like Rumble. It stopped. And so then I figured out I can look. There's in my back channel, I can see how many people are following. So over, like a few months time, I'll have like 6,000 new followers, and it's like at one time it was actually going down. At one time, it went all the way up to 118, 118, and it went there fast. It was like, and then it went backwards. I was like, what? And then I started saying stuff, and I guess some of you guys started saying stuff too, because then they were like, oh, they're onto us, and it stopped. So I'll have like over the last, I think 3-4 months, I finally worked my way back up to 119.9. All right, 119.9, and it has been here at 119.9, maybe 8, 7, and then 8, and then 9. Right, for like, I don't know, yeah, almost a year seems like. And now, when I look in my back channel, I'm like 5,000 new followers. I'm like, what? What? That doesn't. It doesn't show. It doesn't show that I got 5,000 new followers in the last few months. And that's the way it's been for a long time. Uh, Thousands of new followers. Yet Rumble channel does not grow. Hmm. And all of my people that my volunteers that come in and basically clean up trolls and so forth, none of them get alerted. None of them get alerted when I go live. That's weird. And then on X. So I was talking about X. So X basically, my numbers went. Of course, I got taken down when Trump and everybody else got taken down. So it's been a slow process building back up. I think I'm at 63,000, something like that. So I don't know how much I had, before I got, taken down. I think it was like 35,000. So I was down for years, just like everybody else. And then Elon came in. It was like free speech again for everybody. It's like, well, somebody's controlling it, because I'll have numbers like, for instance, if you look at my X, it's like 63.1. Well, at the beginning of the week, it was 63.1, but yesterday it was 63. And maybe even the day before, I think it was like 2 days, it was 63 after being 63.1. But so my point is, this has happened many times. It's a slow process now that people subscribe and get information because they're controlling it. I've seen from a lot of other truthers all throughout X that say the same thing. And there's many of us that are on Rumble that say the same thing. We're being suppressed. We're being suppressed. So this Trump effect, when does it start to happen in freedom of speech, guys? I think I think it's happening now. One of the things about this freedom of speech thing is you can have AI, Chat GPT, create things for you, and you can feed it information, and then it can create a whole story. Create a whole story. So I just saw a whole story where Kash Patel was grilling Hillary Clinton over all of her all the things that she did to basically Russia Gate and bleach bidding her email. If any of us had done bleach, Matt, you were contacted by the FBI. It's like, we want you to bring in all of your information. They don't do that now. They just like raid your house and take it. Right? That's what they've been doing to a lot of people, a lot of truthers over the long time. So they basically come in and take it now. Is that because of Hillary or no? I think it's because the deep state started to get more and more power. They may use the Hillary example to do that. I don't know. So we'll see. But in this Chat GPT type thing where someone was narrating, it was like there had been an inquiry, all right, where they come in and they do a question. There's basically a group that comes in and says, "Oh, Hillary." They don't say Hillary. They say, Mrs. Clinton or whatever they call her. they, uh, and they say, yeah, you were ordered to bring 33,000 emails on a server that you were unauthorized to use, passing top secret information back and forth from, and you basically had your team basically, destroy your phones and destroy your server, your illegal server, and bleach bit everything. And so anyone else had done that, they would be in prison forever. But somehow you didn't go to prison. And then there was you and Obama, and you said that those guys at Doubting Benghazi, that was just a bad demonstration. That wasn't just a demonstration, guys. Those guys were attacked by a very coordinated group. So they lied about that. And then, of course, Hillary's like, well, what does it even matter now? It's all done. So it doesn't matter to her, but it did for all those families that were affected. And during that long period of time, I know that the Marines were on standby to come and come there, and they were told to stand down, to hold. And there could have been all kind of aircraft that could have come in there, all kinds of stuff, guys. The Mediterranean is a very small basin, and there are quick reaction forces on ships that are always in the Mediterranean. There's always a quick reaction force of Marines or special forces or Delta guys. I mean, my group from SEAL Team 6, we could have been spun up and could have been there and kicking ass uh, and help those guys out. All the way from Virginia Beach, we could have done that. We could have been spun up. You get a 1 hour recall, you come in within 4 hours, you're in the air. Those guys were fighting for a long time, right? So, yeah. And so they went over that, and then they went over the Russiagate, how the DNC had done all this, and she had spread disinformation. So basically, there was whole narrative of her basically being, prosecuted pretty much, all right, by Kash Patel. She was going through some kind of, and he was like this, and then at the end, it was like, oh, that's just somebody just created that. Well, that's gearing us up for what's coming, the trials. So the trials are coming, and they're starting to gear us up for that. Now, we're starting to see even in some of the other groups that what is that one, Scientology. So Tom Cruise, Scientology, and blah 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 blah. Right? Tom Cruise is involved in. He's like the head prince of darkness in Scientology. So I think that Scientology is going to be exposed as a dark organization, and it's going to get taken down. And Tom Cruise, who's notice how he's all jacked up. He's just so young. He's like my age, and he looks like a teenager almost. So you know how he does his own stunts, um, and he's does that Mission Impossible thing, which is basically CIA type stuff. You know, mm, 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 mm. Just seems like there's some kind of connection going on there, doesn't it? So we're going to start to see stuff like that getting taken down. So there was that one actress that came out, and I think it was in like a Netflix show, maybe, or one of those shows, where this actress was basically, exposing Scientology and how they were like ruthless. How they have this one cruise ship they bought, and that's one of their ships. And then they have legal rights because the ship is offshore. They can do all these different things through that corporation, company, whatever, offshore account, right? So they've done some very, 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 very bad things. Underground facilities, and they got a place in New Mexico. Clearwater, Florida, basically is owned by them at this point. Whole town, pretty much. I think we're going to see a lot of these groups getting taken down. There was just recently somebody that was picked up uh, in the Clearwater area or close to that area that may be tied, I can't say, to Scientology and for child trafficking. So I'm of the opinion, just like Trump has said, that if you're doing the child stuff, then you need to go bye bye, right? Which means like bang bang, right? Bye bye. That type of bye bye. So child, problems, and of course it's the same thing. I have to be careful with what I say on here because I have it's live streaming in a lot of different places. But there is definitely a group, I think, that is exposing a lot of the child trafficking and all the people that are involved with it. So that's one of the other things we're going to see. Basically, this whole system taken down and destroyed because we know across the board that the Luciferian groups are the ones that are causing a lot of problems, right, throughout the world. Kazarian mafia type stuff, right? So that's one of the things that we're going to see removed from our environment. See those plates up on the wall? Isn't that cool? Look like shells with their plates. Like I'm gonna take one of those plates down and eat from it because that's cool. um, I think that we'll see a massive shift in a lot of these different areas where we see that evilness because they use that adrenochrome stuff. Adrenochrome, yeah. So, and it gives them a big fat high, like Tom Cruise, and he like runs around, does crazy stuff, jumps up on couches on Oprah Winfrey show and all kind of crazy stuff. It's like what? Uh, and of course, his former wife and her family did a intervention, got her out of there. What was it, Katie something or something? So he had some children with her, and like, I guess the family's like, oh my God, get her away from that man. So he was very strange, I guess. Are we going to find out stuff? He even has his own building there in Clearwater where he drives his car in. There's like an elevator there, it takes him up, and he's got like a huge huge floor on top of this building where his car sits with him, and it's like very James Bondish, Mission Impossible type stuff, CIA funded a lot of stuff, so because I see the different groups that are involved in Scientology now, the billionaires with the money, the deep staters, their system is coming out. See how all this ties together. So you have to see all of the different things that are being played out. So the destruction of their money system, the destruction of the money system around the world. So if the money system that the U.S. has been using for all these years, the fiat currency is destroyed, then the Federal Reserve is destroyed. The IRS is destroyed. The IRS, which is not part of our federal government, is part of the Federal Reserve, which is not federal, it's not a reserve, it's a private banking institution that was basically came in 1913 after they sank the Titanic, which had all the people that would resist a Federal Reserve, and they were killed on the Titanic. I think that some of them are actually killed in their staterooms, and their staterooms are locked up, or maybe they were locked in their staterooms. I don't know, but I think they were made sure they were coming out and getting on boats. Otherwise, they would have come out, and because of their status, they would have been put on boats. So I think they were killed in their rooms. Right? I think there were hit teams that went through and killed them, and they covered up that crime with the sinking of the Titanic. All right, or whatever that ship was. All right, so Juan O'Savin's been on and talked about how that wasn't the Titanic. There was a Carpathia or whatever it was. the sister ship of the Titanic. Maybe it's not Carpathia, but whatever it was, right? Whatever the sister ship was, they repainted it because the other ship got damaged. The sister ship got damaged, so they changed the name, and they had that one sink, and then they got, because they couldn't get insurance benefits from the other one. They basically, okay, we'll take the good ship Lollipop, and we'll change the name, and we'll sink the one that's bad because and then we'll get insurance for it. Crazy, right? That's the way these guys work. They did the same thing with when they dropped the World Trade Center. The guy that owned them, Larry, whatever his hell name was I have to be careful with some of these names on YouTube and stuff. So he basically took out a loan or insurance for a terrorist event, like a month or two before 9/11. What are the odds? What are the odds? Because that was a very expensive, I guess, insurance. And then, the insurance company has to pay that. So somebody got taken advantage of, and they're like, well, we don't think that was really a terrorist event. And then they come in as like, are you questioning the U.S. government? Remember how George Bush came out and said, you're either with us or you're against us, right? Funny effort. So, he was at his ranch. He was at his ranch in Texas all the time. It's like Biden was in Delaware all the time in his basement, for almost his whole presidency and everything else. It wasn't Biden, and it wasn't Obama. It was basically a deep state group who is being taken out, guys. So now Trump group in, you're going to see all of these basically taken down, all the black hats taken down, and all the black hat groups like Scientology and all these other groups. I mean, WEEF and what are all those organizations that are bad? You name it, right? CIA, FBI, I don't know. So lots of 3-letter agencies, 3-letter names, NATO. Geez, so many have to go away, and it's going to be very frightening for those people that believe in all those organizations when they really find out the truth about all those organizations and what they have been involved in. The money laundering and the trafficking and all the different things that they use to make money, and the insurance fraud, and jacking the stock market up and down, and going after the bond market like they're doing now. So we have a debt. Debt market is about to explode. If we have a debt market explosion, that will be the end of this beast system. All right. So the debt was created. Of course, the debt is being created now with the little mini war that's going on with Yemen, United States, and then the standoff with Iran. All kinds of different things, guys, that are being pushed and utilized to basically take down this beast system. So it's going to be quite extraordinary. All the things that are going to be exposed, taken down. It's like delicious. It's delicious. Right? It's like last night I had a nice little charred steak. Mexican charred steak. I like it. I don't always like it. I don't always like to go out of my way and get it. But when in Mexico, eat like Mexicans. All right. I love it. So I'm eating all the Mexican foods. It's good. I love it. I love Mexican food. Always have. So, and it used to be you couldn't find Mexican food. Like I grew up in Columbia, South Carolina. There's no Mexican food back when I grew up. And now you can find Mexican food all over the country. Right? It is amazing. Even like, maybe 40 years ago, it was rare to find Mexican food in some places of the United States, but now it's everywhere. I think that's a good thing. I love it. And are we going to have shawarma in the future? I don't. that's not. I don't know. I don't think so. So that's not a good one. All right. I like the Mexican, but the shawarma, um, the falafel, we got some problems there. All right. That's a deep state group that's basically coming in to infiltrate and take over America and destroy America. So, and of course, not all Muslims are like that, but we'll see. The good guys basically prevail. You adapt and overcome, and it'll be good if you're doing it in a positive way. Uh, and that's the way it's going to be going forward. Very, very good. Very amazing time to be alive, to be working through a lot of things. Crypto, getting a little bounce, but still in a down channel. The stock market maybe up at this moment, down when I started, and who knows how many times it went up and down while I was talking, because it's getting manipulated, right? People are making money up and down, up and down. Traders are making money up and down, and somebody's manipulating it, and somebody knows when it goes up and when it goes down. So that manipulation goes away at some point. It goes completely away. Now, you guys know that I said there was going to be somewhere around probably $10,000 movements in Bitcoin. So we did see 10,000 movement, but not in one day. So I think we will see it in one day. I think we'll see 25, 3, maybe even upwards of 5,000 point movements in the Dow. All right, and the Nasdaq, half that, 2,500. So we've already had 15. I think we had a 1,500 in the Nasdaq. I know we had over 1,000, maybe close to 15. Maybe it was a day during the day, and then it backed off a little bit. I know it was over 12, maybe 13. So it was getting to that point, and I said these numbers were coming. So I'm saying now we're going to see even bigger numbers. So you have to be aware of that. Now, will the stock market go up? It's anything's possible. Pigs could fly. You know, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that the old group, the old or old people that were like Biden and Obama's not so old, but all those guys in Bush family, Clinton family, all those guys basically are going down. Right? They'll have their time, and maybe already have. I think a lot of them already have, but they'll have their time in the public, where just like we saw with that Cash Patel type thing I'm talking about. And I think I've seen a couple others that have been in gone through those. I think they're dropping those on purpose, and some people are getting hooked by some people like see something like that and they're like, oh wow, they're prosecuting Hillary Clinton. No, it's just a staged show at this point. But that I think has already happened, and then they're just going to televise it, right? There'll be the Hillary Clinton lookalike that will come out, and she will be mean and ugly, maybe, or maybe she'll just sit there and say nothing. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know how they're going to coordinate that, choreograph that, stage play that, but that's coming as they're starting to take down the little guys. Now, in the past, we used to see, instead of like the Hillary Clinton types, we'd see the little guys getting taken out. And then the Hillary Clintons and so forth would continue. So now we're starting to see they're working their way up to that point. So I think that the biggest thing that they're concerned with at this point is trying to get as many of the people that will do the violence within the big cities, right? Trying to find them, eliminate them, and some of them, of course, that don't resist will be loaded up into planes and flown out, and there'll be a big hoopla about that. Now, look, we're like getting rid of all the criminals. It's like, see, so everybody can see. So you're seeing that process happen. It's been happening, I think, once Trump was elected, before he got in office, we're starting to see that process. It was already starting. Tom Homan was already starting to talk and was getting involved, but Trump wasn't even in office. The old administration was still there. So, and then we started to see the border starting to shut down when they knew that Trump was coming. How about that? And then when he got there, I think now it's like 95% shut down. That's crazy. That's like the most in history, I think. So that is one of the ththings that will be inspiring for a lot of people to see the trial systems starting to go down. And I think they're going. I believe they've already got it all worked out. It's like, normally they're like, well, we got enough. We got enough on this person. Let's take them in possession. All right, put them in jail, and then we'll start the trial. Uh, and I think they've already got everything laid out. So they get arrested, and within days, weeks, whatever, they start the trial. Right. So I think they've already got everything laid out. It's gonna start to rock and roll. The P Diddy trials, they start. I think it's in May. So will they have use their earthquake machine? Yes. They're using their earthquake machine. Will they use a directed energy weapon machine? Yes, they're using a directed energy weapon machine. Will they do tornadoes? Yeah. They've had tornadoes. I don't know if any of you guys have been following this, but they've had tornadoes upwards of 200 miles per hour that have been decimating. I saw this one after effect where it's like a tornado that is and they're not really going in and like doing the work that like the investigation like they used to. I don't know what that's about, but so other people, independent people like us, are going in and looking at the devastation and going, yeah, when a house gets ripped out and the foundation, basically the metal in the foundation and the studs that are drilled down, when those get ripped, that's like 190, 100, 200 mile per hour winds that do that. So you know how I said last year they're going to try and hit us with 200 mile per hour hurricanes. So we saw a couple of hurricanes get up to 200 miles per hour, but then they died down. Right. Well, this year they could be successful in driving in the hurricanes of that level, I believe. So I think that's coming, unfortunately, because they've already started doing it with the tornadoes. They're perfecting it with the tornadoes. All right. Even California got a tornado, which is extremely rare. Uh, and I think even Hawaii has had tornadoes, which also is extremely rare. So these guys are really, using the energies that are coming into Earth. So we have the coronal holes from the Earth. Basically, the sun rotates around, and we're in a solar minimum where there's less sunspot activity, but we're having a lot of energy that's coming off the sun, and that's normally what happens when you have lower sunspot activity. High sunspot activity, temperatures go up. Low sunspot activity, temperatures go down. So we're still having snows in the northern tier and on the west. Big snowstorm still. So winter's still here in certain parts of the country, and temperatures are dropping. Even here in Mexico, temperatures are fairly low. All the way down here in Puerto Vallarta, at the tip of like the Punta Mira, there is like it was 62 this morning, and the high today is like in the low to mid 70s. Right. Tonight it gets down in the 50s. So all of you guys, because the temperatures are dropping in the U.S. all the way down here in New Mexico, temperatures are dropping. Right. So I said it was gonna be a long, cold winter, and of course, temperatures in in the 50s in the tropics is very unusual at this time of year, right? So that's one of the things that we're going to see going forward. We're going to see lower temperatures, lower sunspot activity with those lower temperatures, more electrical energy coming off the sun, and that solar activity, electro activity activates the core and so forth on the Earth, makes the basically the top where the Antarctic can the God, what am I talking about? It's like my mind just races too much. It races faster than I can keep up with. So the basically at the top of the Earth, there's basically where the electro energy is for the Earth, the peak, whatever it is. I can't think of it right now. So it's wandering. So the poles. There you go. So the poles are basically wandering like crazy right now. I don't think we're going to get a pole shift on a massive level, but there is a possibility at some point. So when the poles wander like this, it causes a lot of this electrical activity to go haywire. Now, if if I'm warring against you and I see you all woozy and you're like unstable and I give you a push, it's going to put you on your ass. Well, that's what the deep state's doing right now with all these storms, guys, because they're being activated by all of the electrical energy coming off the sun. And then they're just ramping it up. It doesn't take them as much energy to cause a massive effect. So that's another reason why, in scientific way, I can explain to you that because I see it coming, and then I have to find the science. So some of you guys out there were like, okay, I see that now. Before you're just like randomly saying it's going to happen. So I know that's the way I've been for a long time. It's like, I see this shit coming. I got to find something. And because I got that analytical process going too. So if I find something like that, which is actually happening, then I can relate it to you and you can understand and you go, okay. So you get some kind of foundation, right? So the foundation that you have to work with going forward is that the Earth energy is rapidly shifting. Electro energy is coming in. This all happens during processes where things change here on Earth. We've seen revolutions and civil wars and so forth during these periods of time when the Earth energies basically go crazy, like they are right now, right? So that's one of the things that we're looking at. Um, will the stock market go up? Maybe. Will the stock market go down? Possibly, probably. Or maybe it'll just explode higher than it's ever been before. So, who knows? But usually, when you have gyrations like we're having right now, uh, we've had a lot of earthquakes and we've had the stock market shift go down. And we've had these like 190 mile per hour tornadoes tearing across the middle of the country. And it's all part of that energy shift. So, and then the consciousness of our brains basically shifts along with it too, because we're energy beings as well. All right. So we got over 1,000 looking right now. That's great. I'm glad you guys came in. Yeah, hit the like button. Start helping us grow because Rumble is trying to suppress us. And YouTube, I'm back on YouTube for now. And I'm in the trenches again. We'll see how that works out going forward. Hopefully it'll continue to build. And X, they'll stop suppressing me too. I don't know. Is it too much to wish for all those to stop suppressing me? Maybe, maybe. But we'll continue to share the information. Continue to help you guys. Get through the process, get through these tough times, and the deal. If you're in the love vibration, you're able to resist the evil side and their attempts to basically enslave you in fear. So when you're feeling down, do the Ho'oponopono, whatever you're feeling down about, take responsibility for it. Say, I'm sorry, forgive me, I love you, thank you. So the thank you is basically you're you're taking responsibility for it. You're giving it love, which is the most powerful force in the universe, and then you're saying thank you because it's done. It's done, right? And that's what I try to do all the time. So if you're seeing if those events are happening in your life, look up Ho'oponopono and see, read about each one of those things. I'll talk about this for years in my courses and so forth. And I have the demonic course that's available at Unleashing Intuition Secrets. Hopefully everything's working out for that. I had my expert, Jamie Mooney, is basically over there, helping you guys. If you have problems, she's always been there. I'd help out. So I got a great team, great people. And we're doing the best that we can to, get you guys information, help you survive and thrive, not just survive, but thrive going forward. I don't like the word survive. I like thrive, right? If there's a problem, you adapt and overcome. All right. Just like I did, I'm holding my phone. I'm adapting, I'm overcoming, and I'm live streaming. I'm restreaming and like 3 at once. And I was like, I'd like to do that. And here it is. Thank you, God. All right. Stay in love vibration, and I will see you guys next time.